requires for us to call the parent if the behavior is getting.
Should we talk about it? Absolutely. Mother to mother, parent to parent, person to person. This teacher is showing people how parents are part of the problem. They're a big part of the problem when it comes to the issues that they have when it comes to teaching your children, and how these children don't have any type of discipline when it comes to being in the classroom, and that parents aren't helping them or reinforcing discipline with their children, right? Some people were in the comments, because I seen this on Twitter. Some people were in the comments saying, you should take this down. This not a good look. I don't think she should take it down. And I don't think she should be reprimanded for it, because it is reality. How do we fix a problem that we're refusing to address? You know, I don't have the world's perfect children, right? I just have children. And sometimes children do things that they should not do. Sometimes children act in a manner that they should not act, especially when they're not around you. But as a parent, you are to be your child's teacher's backup. I understand trying to protect your children from the attitudes that adults can have. But I'm going to tell y'all like I tell my oldest son when he talk about the attitudes the teachers have. Baby, I'm frustrated with the four of y'all. And y'all mine. Them people's dealing with hundreds of kids that ain't theirs. And they're disrespectful and they're unworldly. It is to be expected to have teachers have attitudes. They're human. They're frustrated. They got emotions just like everybody else. The way that people excuse children's behavior is beyond me. There should be no excuse, and no adult should be co-signing bad behavior in children, and you should not write it off as, well, that's just children being children. Well, part of children being children is adults being adults, parents being parents. It is guiding your children and helping them understand how to walk in this world. Your children are going to come across so many different personalities, and I'm going to tell y'all like I tell my son, and we going to pray he get it. It don't matter somebody's attitude towards you. It matters about your attitude towards them. You cannot control how someone interacts with you, but you do get to control how you respond. There are people in this world that are purposely going to try to trigger you. There are people in this world who are purposely going to gaslight you. Do you let them win? Do you let them poke the bear and then you be the bear that devours them? Guess what happens when the bear devours the person? They get put down. And it don't matter who poked the bear. It only matters the damage that the bear does. And I need y'all to understand that. Anyways, back to this video. Y'all should go watch it. The mom is just basically like, y'all are supposed to manage the children while the children are at the school. I'm at work. Y'all need to know how to make them kids sit down. See, y'all kids are supposed to not want the teacher to call your mom and daddy. Because your kids are supposed to know that your mom and daddy don't play that. Right? I feel like there's a big issue in this world, and it don't have nothing to do with race, gender, culture. It is a human issue. People don't like to be corrected. People do not like to be corrected. People do not like people to say anything to them besides praises. If you ain't praising me, don't say nothing to me. That's ludicrous. Because why am I praise a thief? Why am I praise a liar? Why am I going to praise those behaviors in you? And why would I protect them? I had this conversation many years ago with some friends of mine. Children got a lot of spirits in them. And some of them have to be taken up out of there. And it is your job as a parent to get it up out of there the best you can. So when I see these parents online, because everybody want to be a parenting coach, and that's y'all business. I'm not no parenting coach. I ain't a good parent. I ain't a bad parent, baby. I'm just a parent, okay? But when I see these parents coddling and reinforcing some ill character within their children, it baffles me. Because there is a time and place for everything. And when your children are out here lying at a young age, babe, there's no reason your 3-year-old should be lying to you. There's no reason that your 3-year-old should fear you and is lying to you. But children do lie, and it is your job to teach them importance about lying and being honest, right? It is your job to teach them the foundation of honesty. It is your job to teach them the consequences of being a liar. And it is your job to teach them the consequences of being thieves. You know, it's just your job to teach them a lot of things. And I understand that some people don't have the time to do those things because they're caught up at work, which means you need a community, which means those teachers are a part of that community. The last thing you should be to those teachers is their enemy. Baby, them teachers got their own children. Y'all be sending these kids to these schools and putting the expectation on these teachers to raise y'all children. You want them to educate your children. You want them to teach your children discipline, and you want them to teach your children moral character, and that's crazy. I don't think she should take the video down. I think more teachers should put videos up because it isn't just the parents' fault. And it's not just the kids' fault. It's both of them. One of the things about people not liking constructive criticism is that when everything falls apart, they want to blame the person who tried to help them. I deal with this all the time. I'm a mother. It's my fault. I'm a mother. I will be blamed, right? These things happen. I could tell my children, don't do X, Y, and Z because X, Y, and Z is going to happen. And X, Y, and Z happens, and they'll be like, why didn't you stop X, Y, and Z from happening? Why did you let that happen to me? I didn't let it happen to you. You let it happen to yourself because you wanted it. You went against what I said. And you found out that I didn't lie to you. So why aren't you trusting what I say? You don't want to trust what I say because you want to do what you want to do. And when you do what you want to do, you got to hold them consequences too. So if things don't pan out for you, you have no one to blame but yourself because I told you and you did not listen to what I told you to do. These things happen over and over again, especially when kids start to get older and they start to date. And you try to tell them, look, don't focus on this, focus on this. And then time passed them by and they be like, I should have never did that. I shouldn't have done that. Why would you let me do that? So you want me to fight you? You want me to go to war with you. Why don't you just listen? This is what happens with people. People get on here and cry about the consequences of their actions every day, but they do not heed the warnings of what people say. And it is so important that children understand, baby, ain't nobody trying to harm you in those ways. Some people actually want the best for you. And a lot of times, it be your teachers. Them teachers do not want you to be chaotic in their classroom. Them teachers want peace. I hear so many times, they ain't teaching no way. They ain't teaching no way. You don't shut up enough for them to teach. How can they teach in the midst of your chaos? Especially middle school, high school, y'all don't shut up enough to learn anything. And then you get out in the real world and you find out you should have learned something. Anyways, I encourage more teachers to put the truth out there. Because without addressing the truth, how do we come up with a solution? If you're hiding the problem, you're running away from the solution.